What's going on, guys? Fuller here from Custom Offsets TV on YouTube with another one of those 5 things videos for you. So this actually came from a request from somebody on YouTube that asked if we could tell them the top 5 directional cast wheels. And this one actually gets a little bit tricky because there really aren't that many cast wheels. It's a pretty rare thing for a company to make cast wheels that are true directional or proper directional, because you need double the part numbers, double the inventory, which means double the capital up front, and it's just a big investment to do that. So that's why most of the time, if you're ordering a wheel that looks like it is proper directional or true directional, you're actually gonna end up with one side digging and one side swooping. So these particular wheels that we're covering today are the top 5, in no particular order, directional cast wheels. So starting with number 5, then we have the ARKON Alexander. Now for all the price comparisons, I did 22 by 12, so we have a rough idea of what's going on there. So if we're looking at this wheel as far as style goes, obviously it is proper directional. That's the term that ARKON came up with. And now I know that you guys already know that Custom Offsets developed ARKON, but I'm not just putting these in there because we think they're really cool. But based on sales data on Custom Offsets and based on everything we hear on the internet, these are the wheels that people actually enjoy. And like I said, there aren't very many people out there in the cast market making these proper directional wheels. So this is gonna be a multi-spoke design. There's a ton of them going on, and they kind of hook obviously to one direction. That's where you get the directional feel. And then the milling extends into, it looks like it extends into the rim or the barrel of that wheel to just accent those tipped spokes and just give it a really, really clean show truck look. So the 22 by 12s come in at just under $1,500 for a set of 4. That's including free shipping as well as free mount and balance on the tires as well if you get a whole package. So when you're looking at bolt patterns on these guys, it's going to be your typical common 5, 6, and 8 lugs. And then as far as finishes go, this is actually only available in black and milled. So number 4 is from a company called XTREME Force. So these guys are also one of the very, very few companies out there that are making cast true directional wheels. As far as style goes on here, you have a much larger spoke compared to the Alexander. It's a lot thicker, a lot more beefier. There's a lot of material right around the center cap. But then they have this mill mark through the center, I guess you could say, of the spoke that has a really accentuated arc to it, which gives it that nice directional feel. Otherwise, very simple, very clean, very flat spoke, so it kind of mimics some of those forged wheel designs. This one, as far as pricing goes, again, 22 by 12. It's right around the $1,400 range. Depends on what finish you're gonna get. Could change the pricing a little bit there, but this is available in black and milled. So the whole wheel's black with a small amount of milling, black and machined where the barrel is black, and then the face of the wheel is actually machined, so you see that aluminum alloy through there. And then it's also available in a full chrome finish, which is gonna look most similar to your fully forged wheels. So for number 3 then, we're gonna be looking at another ARKON wheel, and this is the ARKON Crown Series Victory. So this is ARKON's take on a more high-end luxury SEMA type build wheel. So what they did was they actually made this a multi-piece wheel, not in the sense of what you'd normally expect from multi-piece, where you have an outer barrel and a face that bolts together, or the back side, the front side, and the face that bolts together for a 3-piece wheel. But they have a removable ring that you can pop off, paint any color. The center cap is like a 4-piece design, I believe, so you can pull that all apart, and you can also paint that to match your vehicle. So a lot of options here for customization. Again, a multi-spoke design with a little kink in it that gives it that directional feel, so it's pointing in one direction. And obviously there's a left side and a right side, so when you put them on your vehicle, they can all be going the same way. These wheels do come in at just a little bit higher price point, so you're gonna see these at just under $1,800. And as far as colors go, this is where it gets a little more wild from ARKON. So they actually offer this in black and milled, which you expect, in chrome, which you expect, and then also in a red finish as well. So number 2 on the list is again from that XTREME Force company that I mentioned before. Now this wheel is much busier than the last one we looked at, but busy in a good way. I really like the styling on this one. I think it looks really similar actually to the TIS 544, which is almost the #1 selling wheel in the past like 60 days or so. So this one comes up with a singular spoke that kind of splits into a Y, and then there's a kink in that as well. So there's just a lot going on here, which is what gives it that busier feel. But again, a very sharp looking wheel, a nice, a really flat spoke again, and available in a few different finishes for a few different bolt patterns. And it's gonna come in the 22 by 12s, right around $1,400. So you get a pretty decent wheel for a pretty decent price. So for number 1 then, we will go back to ARKON yet again. The Lincoln came out and instantly was a hit with people all over the place. This wheel went from not even being created a year ago to being the #1 seller in cast wheels in just a very short amount of time. So when you're looking at the Lincoln, this is a very, very simplistic concept really. So it's a very straight spoke, but they're at an angle, so you do still have that directional wheel. And then what they did, instead of just having a perfect straight up and down spoke, is we gave it some concavity too. So this is a hybrid between your lipped wheel and your concave wheels. Now with ARKON, they basically eliminated the ridge that's in the center of the wheel, so it looks like the lip just keeps going and going and going. Gives it an appearance like it has almost a 10-inch wide lip, even though it measures closer to about 6 inches on the 22x12 with a -51 offset. So again, very simple, big windows between the spokes, so it's a very clean, simple look that goes on a ton of different vehicles really well. And again, that's going to be available in your 5, 6, and 8 lug bolt patterns for roughly right around that $1,400, $1,500 range for these guys. Again, depending on what kind of finish you go with. So black and milled, chrome, and they also do a black and machined. Right now it's in limited sizes, so it really depends on what you want, but they go all the way down to a 20x10, all the way up to some bigger like 24x14s and so on. And then when you get into the Victory series, they even have 26x14. So big things coming from ARKON because we listen to you guys. When you tell us you want wheels made with certain styles and designs, we do it. So those are your top 5 cast directional wheels. There's not a ton on the market. I'm not just trying to plug ARKON, but there's very, very few people that do it. So this is all based on sales data, and those are your top 5. If you want to check us out, customoffsets.com, wheels, tires, suspension. Peace.